Hello everyone, welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm trying to explore with the structure using ellipse. So I got the ellipse component and let me use the bifocals for you guys to understand what component it is. So I'm giving a radii of around 150 to 75, being the bigger and the smaller one. So we have achieved an ellipse. Now I'm going to divide this ellipse into equal parts. So I'm going to hit divide curve component. Yeah. Now I'm going to divide it by 50. So after the division is done, I'm gonna try to move the positions of these points on the curve because I want different positions for my z axis, but I want the x and y to be same. So you can do that using deconstruct component. So what this logic does is uh, we are going to deconstruct the point of the z values, but then we are going to maintain the x and y values. So we're going to use list length to get all the data of the points, and then using series component, we're going to remap the numbers in the z direction using a graph mapper. So let me get the graph mapper. In graph types, I'm going to select sine wave to get a smoother curve, and I'm going to change the x and y variables to 40 and 80. Sorry, I think I have to rechange it to 40 in the x and 80 in the y. After doing that, I'm going to connect that to z. So as you can see, the points are moved only in the z direction, and my x and y remains the same. Right now, the curve is not properly moved. So I'm going to change the mapper and try to figure out a form that is required. So I feel this form feels interesting. So I'm going to close up with this and I'm going to use NURB curve to connect these points. And I'm going to use a Boolean condition where if I make the condition false, it's going to, if I make the condition true, it's going to connect the curve. So the next process is going to establish a center for this curve. So you cannot do that using area because it's a curve. So you need to close it using patch, and from patch you can get the area of this the point. We need the area basically to scale. So we need a point from which it can scale. So, and in the factor, I'm going to hit range because I want multiple curves. So this will help me get 10 to 12 curves or how many ever curves that you require. So we can set a domain for the scale factor using construct domain. From there, we can give 0.95 as the start, and you can end up to 0.45 or 0.55 because you don't want to go entirely inside. I just want to keep it half of it. And let's take 15 for now, 15 numbers. Yeah. So right now, as you can see, we have achieved 15 numbers of these curves, excluding the last one because it's scaled. So next point is going to be where I want to dispatch these curves. So I want to give a subdivision to two types. So one is the outer curve and the second one is the inner curve. So I'm dispatching these curves and getting two different set of curves. And I'm going to modify the first set of curves. I want to elevate the position, so I'm going to use move component, and I'm going to move them in the z axis. Yeah, I'm going to just off the display for the other set of curves so to avoid any confusion. Yeah, so we just need to get two sets of curves. Right now we have one, so let's get the other one. Yeah, as you can see, we have two sets of curves. Now I'm going to merge these curves again using weave component. I cannot directly merge it because it will not collect the data properly because I want the data to be merged as in a continuous order. So I'm going to weave it. Yeah. So weaving will help me properly merge these curves in a yeah, in an order where I want first value from the first curve and the second value from the second set of curves. So that order can be achieved using weave components, and then I'm going to loft it. So we got a surface now. So after getting the surface, I'm gonna modify the surface using Weaverbird mesh. So I'm gonna convert this B-rep into mesh to get into Weaverbird. So after creating a mesh of it, Now we have a lot of divisions, subdivisions. We're going to treat each subdivision using. I'm just going to go with the default subdivisions. So I'm going to use Weaverbird mesh frame. Sorry, I have to get the mesh frame windows first. So that will help me divide the panel frames. It's called picture frame. So Weaverbird picture frame can be the Weaverbird can be installed using for Rhino plugins. I'm giving it a value of 15. So as you can see, there's a division. I'm just going to off the display for the others. Yeah, as you can see, the divisions. Now I'm going to smoothen these divisions using, first I'm going to thicken it, and then after that I'm going to smoothen it. So I'm going to give it a distance of 0.5 after thickening it. And after that, I'm going to make it a little more smoother using Catmull. So yeah, so this way we have achieved a very interesting pattern on this set of curves. So we can call this as an organic structure for a pavilion. Yeah. Hope you guys like the video. Please hit like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.